So over the last few days, we have been getting heaps of questions regarding this news that says that the Australian travel is to be remain restricted till 2024. And obviously international students are concerned whether the borders will be closed until 2024. So in this video, we are going to clarify this news. So without further wasting any time, let's dive in straight to the news. So there was a research conducted by Deloitte Access that concluded that the international travel may not return to pre-pandemic level until 2024, which means that there might be some restrictions in place for both incoming and outgoing passengers till 2024, as we already expect that there will be some restrictions in place in regards to quarantining and vaccination passports as well. So this report doesn't really come as a surprise to anyone, because most of us already know with the current situation around the world, there will be restriction in regards to travel anyways. Obviously, there will be some restrictions on how often people can travel, how many people can travel in one time, how easy it will be to travel around, with many countries having different restrictions at different times. So in all honesty, international travel as we knew would take some time to recover, and this report says it will be until 2024 in Australia that it will return back to those pre-COVID times. And again, to emphasize on a point, that it doesn't mean that international students won't be able to travel to Australia until 2024, especially with the New South Wales government asking accommodation providers to submit their proposals for quarantining international students. We are hoping to see the return of international students within this year. And when it comes to border opening, at the moment it is just wait and watch game. There is no certainty in regards to when the borders can reopen, but as the rollout of the vaccination, we're hoping that will be sooner rather than later. The other news that didn't got that much attention was regarding Prime Minister Scott Morrison making a statement about that Australians could be able to travel overseas without any sort of quarantine needing on their return back to Australia. So as per the Prime Minister, the government is working on a proposal where vaccinated Australians can travel overseas, and when they return back to Australia, they won't be needing to do a 14-day mandatory quarantine in a hotel, or if needed, they could do that at home after returning from overseas. But as Prime Minister mentioned, that this plan only be successful once majority of the population gets vaccinated. And Australia's vaccination program is in a bit of disarray at the moment, as the Australian government banned the use of AstraZeneca vaccine for the people under the age of 50. But Australian government is sourcing vaccination now from overseas to make sure that their population gets vaccinated as soon as possible. Now we have to do a special mention for international students from India. At the moment, the high case rates in Australia is very worrying, to the point that the New Zealand government has banned any traveller from India until April 28th. So even New Zealand residents and citizens can't return back home until that day, and you never know that this date might be even extended. But if this trend of cases continue to rise, I'm afraid that there may be a possibility that other governments might take a similar action just like New Zealand government did. So it's very important for everyone to do their part by making sure that they are keeping up with their hand hygiene practices, wearing a mask when you go outside, do social distancing, and make sure you follow the local government's directives. Most of you have been doing an amazing job with your Twitter storms regarding letting us back to Australia, but I think this time the Twitter storm should be regarding to control the COVID-19 cases. So our message, not only for the viewers from India but around the world, is be safe and take care of yourself and your family, and make sure to follow your local government's directions and guidelines so we can stop the spread of this deadly disease and get back to some sort of normality in our life. Well, I hope you find some value in this video. As always, make sure to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.